Hi viewers, welcome to this session of SkyDoc where we're going to talk about how to create new folders in SkyDoc and also how to provide access to these newly created folders. So there's two ways in which we could start the process of creating folders in SkyDoc. Uh, One by clicking on Documents in NetSuite and then going to SkyDoc folders, SkyDoc folder list, and directly clicking on the new button here. Or the other way is to open the SkyDoc folder list and which would open a screen like this. This is the SkyDoc folder list, and then I could directly click on the new SkyDoc folders button on this screen to create a new folder. So let me create a test folder for the time being by clicking on this new button. So I'm going to provide a name for the folder, and I'm not going to make it a subfolder of any other folder. All I need to do is click on the save button. So we see the SkyDoc test folder created. I'm just going to go back to the folder list to make sure we can see this newly created folder. As you can see, SkyDoc test, this is the new folder that we just created. Now, let me go back to this folder. As you can see, there is three different ways that I can provide access to this folder. The first and the simplest way is to provide access to all employees. And by checking this checkbox, all the employees have access to this newly created folder, and they could see this folder in the SkyDoc tab on, when they open SkyDoc on any other transactions. Now, the second way to do this is to provide access to a specific set of employees, and we could do that by using this box here, the access to folder box. I'm going to show a small sample of how we do that. So I'm clicking on the select multiple option, and I'm seeing a list of all the employees here, and let's say I want to give access to Benjamin and few other members. uh, I navigate to the list. I'm going to select Benjamin. I'm going to select Beth, and I'm going to select Bradley, and Bobby for the time being, right? And as soon as I click on done, we can see the users that we just selected pop up in this access to folder box. So when I save this uh, folder, the SkyDoc folder, uh, SkyDoc test folder now has these users now have access to the SkyDoc test folder. So that's the second way of providing access to a newly created folder. Now let's say we don't want to do it this way. We don't want to give access by selecting specific set of users, but we want to give access to all the users in a specific role or in a particular subsidiary. That is when we use this third option, saved search employee access. Now to do that, let me just clear out the current selection so that it'll be much cleaner. Done. Okay, so now nobody has access to this SkyDoc test folder. Now to provide access for a particular role or a specific subsidiary, the employees in a specific subsidiary, we first need to create a saved search. Um, for which I already opened a sample saved search, or let me show the navigation again. Uh, we need to go to list, search, saved searches, click on new, and we need to select the type of saved search we want to create here. We'll need to select employee saved search for our requirement here. Once we have the employee saved search selected, let me just provide a search title here so that we could look up the search using this title. I'm going to say SkyDoc test access as the name of this title. And let me provide an ID as well. Okay, now I need to set the criteria. Let's first consider an example of providing access to all the employees in a particular subsidiary, right? So for that, my filter would need to include the name of the subsidiary to which I want to restrict access to. So let me set the subsidiary. As soon as I click select subsidiary in this dropdown, I get the list of all the subsidiaries available in this particular account. So I'm going to select MNC Saatchi Network, MNC Saatchi Worldwide Limited, Lida Limited, this particular subsidiary as an example for now. I'm going to set this, and I'm going to save and run this saved search. Okay, so these are all the employees that have access to the subsidiary, the Lida subsidiary that we just selected. And the name of the search that we just created is SkyDoc test access. So now let's go back to the SkyDoc folder, the SkyDoc test folder that we created. And now let me just click on the drop down under the saved search employee access, and let me select the list of saved searches that we have. I could do a quick search by entering SkyDoc. There we go. This is the saved search that we just created, the SkyDoc test access. And as soon as I select that saved search, I can just save the SkyDoc test folder, and here we go. These are the users that the saved search pulled, and the access to the SkyDoc test folder is now restricted to these users. Just to cross verify, I'm going to go back to the search results, and the employees returned by the search are the employees who currently have access to this new SkyDoc test folder. So these are the three different ways in which we could provide access to a newly created SkyDoc folder. That brings us to the end of this session. Have a good day.